Okay. Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. This is Loshak in the Bag show for Tuesday afternoon, right? March 20th. Jimmy the Bag and I are doing quite well recently, hoping to keep it up pretty much forever, I guess. Right, Jim?
Yeah,
pretty much forever.
Pretty much.
I guess we're just sitting here thinking like, I'm just sitting here thinking like, wow, things have been going pretty well, even in college basketball. And I'm thinking, how long will this maintain? You know what I'm saying? We got MLB coming up. I'm preparing to do as well as I can in MLB. I was watching some classic Kung Fu movies this afternoon, Jim, to put me in the monkey style and shit, to put me in the mood to succeed, you know, to be disciplined. And I don't know, we got a ton of picks on tonight's big NHL card. And you think, I mean, I feel like it's been a long time since we've given a bunch of picks and gone like 1-7 and shit like that. You think, were you feeling good about the picks we gave in the NHL card, Jim?
I find it a tough card.
Yeah?
I had to back up some of the picks that I made with people, you know, wondering if I was making mistakes. One of the NHL plays I had to back up more than once was the over in the Flyers Red Wings game.
Oh, well, I'm on that too. Why do I'm on double on that? Why are people saying that's not good, Jim?
I think there's an expectation. I'm on the other side of this. I think there's an expectation that Mrazek and Howard will step up and want to beat each other. Whereas I think that Mrazek, well, first off, nobody knows Mrazek's weaknesses more than the Detroit Red Wings.
Right.
And nobody knows Howard's weaknesses more than Mrazek.
Right.
So I think there's going to be goals.
I know. What's your first comment here from okay, yes, up Loshak. Okay, got it. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this. I'm definitely. I guess the truth is that there's no card where I go out where I'm done with our picks and I'm like, yes, we're gonna kill it tonight. I'm always like, yeah,
right. There's never once.
I'm concerned that I thought that Washington would be a good bet, and that you like Dallas, and so many commenters in the morning like Dallas so much. All right, so I guess let's just jump into NHL. How about that?
Absolutely.
Let's just jump into NHL. All right, well, starting things off, the good news is that the Pittsburgh line has exploded in our favor. I bet that one on the overnight line, got a great line. In the morning show, we got it. It was at in the minus 160s or something, and now it's up over minus 200 at Bookmaker. Why is that? Is that because of the goalie announcement? I mean, I assume that was what everyone was expecting, right, Jim?
It's because was it Gibson that was announced, or was it Halak? See, that kind of
would that make that much of a difference? A 30-point line move or a 25-point line move?
I think it does. I think that let me just see. Let's see what everyone's saying. If it is Gibson, I think that there'd be more reason to back the Penguins. I think that there's much more volatility with Christopher Gibson than there is with the. I went over the starting goalies. I don't know why. I must have.
Yeah, well, anyway, I mean, it's good news. It's a good sign that that on that game, the line has exploded in our favor. I'm now just bringing up the spreadsheet here. Jim and I are both on Pittsburgh. Jim took the Pittsburgh puck line plus 175, and I took Pittsburgh -1, which wound up being plus 105. So, yeah, I guess that's just...
It's Gibson. It's because Gibson's in. Yeah, there's just more volatility when you're dealing with a guy who has either played great or got completely lit up. You know, so yes, I think that that's the reason why the line moving. It makes sense.
Yeah. Then moving on to the next game, Columbus and Rangers. Jim took the Rangers. Most people were agreeing with that one. I took them on the first period only, which is basically the same kind of play. And Jim also took them on the under, right, at 5.5 plus 105. Let's see where that line. Oh, that line has moved. Well, no, it's right about where it is, although it's plus 108 at Pinnacle right now. I think that's a basic solid play, right? The Rangers have been doing pretty well over the last 10 games, playing kind of loose with guys who are playing for their future, and Columbus, on a back-to-back. Rangers a home dog, and makes some sense there, right, Jim?
Well, I am betting on King Henrik to step up tonight.
Yeah.
And also, Twadi Latte sent a message to the group saying that he was on the Rangers just before I came in here. Richard West is telling me to only make 2 plays a day. Okay, thank you, Richard, for your input. I wish I had a pint glass of sperm I could FedEx to your mouth.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, if there's one thing that you cannot question, it's Jim's overall strategy in NHL this year. Absolutely, the results speak for themselves. You could nitpick about certain specific tendencies that he's had, but overall, the results speak for themselves. All right, then moving on down the line, Edmonton, Carolina. I took the over in that one, and I took Edmonton team total over, and Jim took Edmonton on the money line on that one, and that feels pretty decent. I mean, the over feels like an okay play, right? I got it at minus 120. That's actually moved down a little bit. It's now down to a minus 115 market wide, and Edmonton was about plus 144 when you took it. That's almost exactly where it is right now, so not much movement there on that game, although not great to see that the total has taken a slight move to the under, but that seems like a reasonable play, right? The over, right?
I think anytime Darling is in goal, then you can expect him to get touched. I like the Oilers here. I think the Oilers are a really nice play. I think we're getting a ton of value with them here. So, yeah, I'm not jumping on the over because I've been very impressed with how Talbot's played.
Sure.
But, yeah, I see your play.
Yeah, sure. And then the next game on the docket here is Dallas-Washington. Now, I took the over on this one at 5.5 minus 106, and that's moved a teeny bit to the under as well. Now, 5.5 minus 104 is available. And, of course, you took Dallas, Jim, and let me just...
No, I didn't.
What? You didn't? Oh,
no,
what did
there was just... I didn't make a play.
Oh, that's right. You were waiting.
I was waiting. I didn't make a play. I'm still surprised that I'm not getting more value. Take this... I expected to get a nice chunk of change taking Dallas, and I'm just not getting it.
You were leaning Dallas, though.
Yes. In fact, I think Dallas... This is a must-win situation. Now, look, plus 115, plus 120, plus... Look at these lines. I can't believe that you wouldn't get a ton of cash betting on the Dallas Stars here in Washington. Now, I know the Capitals, they're missing Kuznetsov. But I'm shocked. In fact, now, looking at this line, I mean, the Capitals are the play.
Yeah. Well, and Kevy K says Holtby either stands on his head or lets in 7, which makes sense to me. That's why I did take the over on this game. And you know what? I bet Washington on the overnight line, and I'm going to take Washington here. I'm going to add this one to my picks. I'm going to take a -1. Now the line is down where it is. The best line right now, line shopping at SBRodds.com right now. -125 is the best money line right now at the Greek, and the best puck line would be oh shit. Let me just I have to find the puck lines here, but let me point spreads. Okay, going to point spreads on SBR odds here to find the best puck line for Washington. The best puck line would be, let's see, what do we got here? Plus 230 at the Greek. I'll take it. I'll take Washington -1. If Dallas wins, what was your reasoning for liking for looking to play on Dallas here, Jim? Because the injuries for Washington?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that Kuznetsov is out, although that is a help. That will help any team playing against the Capitals. No, it was that the Dallas Stars can't go back home losing 6 games on the road. Their whole season's on the line. And I know that I've questioned this team's character all season long, but I just can't imagine them not stepping up in an enormous way. I can't imagine that there's not going to be talk in the dressing room that our whole season's on the line, that we have to come together. I can't imagine that they're not going to step up in this game. Yeah. But it's down to plus 150. I mean, now clearly, if I was going to, I'm going to stay off this.
Okay.
But if I was going to make a bet, I would make the bet on Washington now looking at this.
All right. Well, I took Washington right here, -1, -125 on the money line, and plus 230 on the puck line. And I also took the over 5.5 in that game. Now, the Florida-Ottawa game.
Can I just say one thing quickly?
Go ahead.
I hate interrupting you, but our man, a man that we love, M. King, he listens to us in his UPS truck, says, Loshak in the bag, cashed me out yesterday, 12-team parlay on Bovada in my UPS truck, doing my happy dance. Thanks, guys.
Oh, there you go. M. King, motherfucker, 12-team parlay. Is there any way that's true?
Yeah, man. I've seen that. I've never done it. I've never done it. But it can be done.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, 12-team parlay. All right. So, and then here you go. We're going to get to some comments because I'm very interested to see what people have to say about all these picks that we've been making. Florida, Ottawa. Jim took Florida. You got him at -130, and that line has moved up. The best line now would be -135. So that is.
I'm surprised it didn't move up more because Carlson's not playing.
Oh, okay.
And when Erik Karlsson was out line, I was like, oh, man, I got in this at the right time.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised it's only -135. I thought we were going to come in here and I was going to be in a great spot where you were like, you beat the line by 15 cents.
Yeah, no, it's gone up about 5 cents, and I did give in the morning show the Ottawa team total over 2.5 at -137, and now that's not looking as good, if it was ever looking good at all. So I might be eating a loss there, right, Jim? Well,
I would be extremely concerned. Yeah. I really would, and I know that you do have the advantage of the Panthers on the back-to-back,
right?
But I just see this team. The way they played against the Habs was that mistake-free hockey that teams that are really trying to get wins do. Scotty Rock Forever saying, so you taking the Capitals now? No, I'm not at this point. My lean this morning was towards the Stars, but if I was given a free play, I would probably. I think the value now is on the Caps money or puck line.
All right, so that's the Florida-Ottawa game. Then Toronto-Tampa Bay. Jim and I both took the under on that one at 6.5 -110, and that has definitely moved in our favor. The best line now would be at the Greek at -115. Pinnacle's down to -125, so that's a nice sign there. And Jim also took Tampa Bay on the puck line. He got what did you get, like
plus 170?
Yeah, that's it's about plus 173 at Pinnacle right now. So pretty much where it was in the morning.
Matthews has been announced out,
okay,
and I was actually hoping. Okay. I was actually hoping he was going to be in. To be honest with you, I just think that first game back with the Star, it just seems like they don't play as well.
Yeah.
But it works both ways. It's funny. No, I don't think there's one play on this card other than the Vegas puck line that I would really back and really say I really expect this to happen. But what play do I think has the most value? What play do I think is my best play on the card? I would say Lightning puck line, getting plus 170 on a team that has to send a message to their division rivals after losing 3-0 to a beaten-up Bruins squad. I think they're going to take it very seriously. Also, I think that the under 6.5 would be the second best play after the Vegas. But I really like our under 6.5 here.
Yeah, all right. Well, we got that one. The market agrees with that one. Philly-Detroit is interesting. I took the first period over and the full game over on that one, and Jim just took the full game over on Philly-Detroit. And people have been giving you some pushback on that one. Let's see where that line. We got it at plus 101, and it's almost exactly where it was in the morning.
Yeah, I like the play. I like the play, and it's possible that we're leaving money on the table, not taking the Flyers to beat up this Red Wing squad.
Well, I did take the Flyers team total over. I got 2.5 minus 150 or something like that. Got a great line. Now it's up to 3.5.
Yeah, you got it at the right time.
Yeah.
But so I think that might be something we come in tomorrow and say, man. That should have been the play.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to jump on. I really like this over 5.5 with the plus line.
Yeah, well, Philly -1 is definitely in my leans category, and I'll think about putting that on a play. Then LA Winnipeg, you were leaning LA. I was thinking maybe Winnipeg might be the play here, but officially neither one of us has a pick on this game. Jim, what do you have to say about that game, if anything new?
Well, did they announce? I'm sure they. I got the starting goalies right here. Did they announce who is going to be in net for the Kings? Because They still haven't announced. I don't expect it to be quick after an overtime game against the Wild. Because of that, at first look, I think, Comrie, of the 4 goalies the Jets have, I think Comrie's the one who has not quite proven himself the way Hutchinson and obviously Hellebuck and Mason have. So, but yeah, I can't. If Campbell's in goal for the Kings, I just can't take them.
I was thinking Winnipeg. Why not take Winnipeg here?
Because I'm not going to back Comrie as a big favorite yet. He's got to prove himself if I'm going to put my money on him. And he hasn't. And I believe he was touched, wasn't he, in the one? Yeah, he allowed 5 goals on 35 shots in that 6-4 loss in Florida. And these kids keep that in their mind. Like, I'm not going to put money in. Freestyle Fakiri says Winnipeg rolls. It's a lock. I Kid 2 Groove says Jets going to kill the Kings tonight. I just think that this is a team in the Kings that has a lot of veteran leadership. They know that they need to win now. And I'm thankful that I don't have a play on this.
Okay, sounds good. Look at this comment here. Where is this comment from? Baby Bet says, just want to say you guys look great. I have you guys streaming live on my 80-inch TV.
Ooh,
here
shit.
you go. Bang! Oh, no. Okay, here you go.
Get that fucking collar up.
Bang! Popped collar. That's the look of dickhead success, which is what Jim and I have been doing recently these past couple weeks. So yeah, I don't have my shades here. I was rushing out because I was a little bit late today because I was watching for motivation some kung fu movies, Jim.
Sure.
Classic. That shit can motivate you, Jim. You know what I'm saying? Dragon style, horse style, monkey style. Awesome shit.
Speaking of motivation, I was listening to a guy we cap with, the real Chris Watson. I was listening to him. He's a MC, and I was listening to him. And man, this guy is fire.
Really?
Yeah. I had to stop listening to. I was listening to his album. I had to come in and stop listening. I'm gonna start listening to it as soon as I get back out.
Really?
I'm not sure. I wanted to know if I can do anything to help promote him because man, it was straight fire. Let me see what he answered with that.
Nice.
But that's what I was using as motivation.
In the meantime, we got Damian Jankovic saying, "Pistol Pete, take Winnipeg. I don't see the Kings having the stamina to keep up with a very quick, high-scoring Jets team at home." And then Ulysses Hayes says Winnipeg won't be able to score against a team, LOL, Kings. And then Brent Brooks says take the over. And then iKid2Groove, 3 exclamation points, says I'm done with the Kings. And then Dom Ricci says Winnipeg has been a big over-trender. And then Trevor Holt says Vegas -1.5. Jimbo, love it. Yeah, it's a high line here for Winnipeg though. But it does feel like maybe it's still a little bit of value, Jim. What do you think?
No, I think that when the Kings are a dog, they're dangerous. I really do. They're full of veteran leadership. They're full of size. Now, as an older group, they're likely to not play as well on the second half of a back-to-back.
Yes, Brendan Cummings says, Loshak, where are your shades? You were cool in Samuel one, I in Shaft. Yeah, I left my shades at home. I was going to bring them, but I left my shades at home because I was a little bit late because I was watching the Kung Fu movies. I was like, oh, shit, I got to get to do it because I was watching. Freestyle Fakiri says, Winnipeg rolls. It's a lock. iKid Groove says, Jets going to kill the Kings tonight. Wow. All right, I'm going to think about this. Let's go to the other games, and then we'll review and then maybe add some other picks. I'm definitely feeling like maybe Winnipeg -1 might be the play. Colorado, Chicago, I did take Colorado -1, and I took the Colorado team total over. Jim took Colorado just on the money line at -109, and that line has moved slightly in our favor. That line was -109 in the morning. Now it's up to about -113, -114, so about a 5-point move there, and a 5-cent move there, and I did take the Colorado team total over, Jim. Seems no-brainerish.
Yes. Forsberg in net, not a good goalie. I can totally understand the play. I like Avalanche here. I think it's a nice spot. Back just quickly to that Kings-Jets. We have Ulysses Hayes coming in saying Kings.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I like him as a dog. Don't like him as much as a big favorite. But back with the Avalanche, I'm a little. The only thing that I'm. Richie Incognito coming in saying Kings are dangerous. iKid2Groove saying Chicago got the worst goalie in the league. Well, the worst goalie in the league is on the bench watching the second worst goalie in the league. But the only thing that concerns me in my play with the Avalanche and the play with the over is just that I expect the Blackhawks to step up only against division rivals.
Right.
Playing other teams in the rest of the league, I think they just kind of ho-hum it. But against the Avalanche, against some of these rivals that they have, they don't want to get destroyed. So that's my only concern. But I like having the Avalanche here. I like it.
Okay. And then here you go. Justin Searcy says, if you use the word lock, we don't trust your bet unless you are commenting from a homeless shelter, which we have made that slight adjustment. Remember, who was that guy? Remember who was the guy? Who was that? Was that Molecular Ninja? No.
It was Goose.
It was Goose, yes. And Goose said he had a lock for us, but posting from the homeless shelter because of his previous bet that lost. So, yes, we don't trust people who use the word lock unless they are literally homeless.
Yes. Unless someone's bringing them soup.
If you're literally homeless, then we trust your opinions on locks. But from regular people, no, we do not like the word lock. All right.
Nice. Rick Johnson saying, I watch y'all every day with a nice doobie lit. You guys rock.
Nice. Thank you so much. All right, yeah. Colorado, this is one of those games. It seems no-brainerish, and if it does lose, I will be happy to eat the unit losses. Then Vancouver, Vegas. Jim took Vegas puck line, almost getting a negative number on the puck line. We did manage to line chop using SBR odds and get him plus 102 on the -1.5 line for Vegas, but I was a little bit surprised to hear you take that, Jim, and I was actually thinking about maybe a shot with Vancouver on the first period line at plus 208. What do you think?
I just think that the Canucks are the gift that keeps giving back, and it's been a treat. And why would I not take it now, especially when the Golden Knights have not been playing well? They have the 4-0 win just to get some confidence moving forward. They played poorly. They lost 4 straight games. I mean, that was shocking. You know, they need to regain 4 consecutive home losses. I think they come out on fire. Now, yeah, I'm not getting a good line, but I just feel like I'm that confident in
how bad Vancouver is right now.
How bad Vancouver is.
Well, if you're that okay. Defensively or offensively? Because I've had a good read. I've had a bunch of my recent units come from fading Vancouver in various ways in recent games. Sometimes on the puck line, sometimes taking their team total unders on that streak where they were shut out 3 games in a row. I think I had their team total under on 2 of those. Then I'm either leaning Vancouver team total under here, or if you think they're going to put up something, Vancouver on the first period to maybe sneak a first period win here. What's your take on the team total under for Vancouver? You think they might? You think Vegas might blow them out and then Vancouver sneaks in 2 goals late, meaningless?
Possible.
Yes.
Big Dick Donnie likes the Vancouver team total under. If I go over to this Canucks defensive depth chart, we've been fading teams that have lost 2 of their top 6 defensemen. Now, I know Ben Hutton hasn't had that good of a season, but I thought Ben Hutton was going to be, and I still think he has the possibility to be a top 2, even a defenseman. He's a very smart defenseman who can skate. Now, we have Edler and Tanev, who I'm sure will have to play 25 minutes or so, but they don't have Hutton. They don't have Goodbranson. There's going to be a ton of Del Zotto. Going to be a ton of Stetcher. There's going to be a ton of Pouliot. I just, look at their forward lines. I mean, after Daniel Sedin, what, you got Jussi Jokinen?
So you think they're really just going to bring nothing offensively here?
Well, Bo Horvat has not looked like the same player without Bozer.
Yeah.
I could groove saying small play Vegas plus 1.5. Well, that doesn't make any sense because you're getting the same line that I'm getting on the Vegas minus 1.5. So, and I think that there's a better chance that Vegas rolls than that Canucks stay close. I just think I think that the Canucks have to be faded on the puck line from here on out.
Okay, right now the Vancouver team total under 2.5 minus 150 at Pinnacle. Interesting. And then the New Jersey San Jose game. I'll admit I bet the over on that one on the overnight line, but a lot of people were saying that they like the under on this one. San Jose, of course, has been having more often than not explosive offensive games. I know that New Jersey can be good defensively, but I did take a shot with the over on this one. Got a lot of people saying that they preferred the under on this one, and that's the last game of the card. And Jim, did you have a play on that one? No, you did not have a play on that one.
No, I think the Corey Schneider must step up. I've always thought of him as an elite goaltender. 0-8-2 in his last 10. I'd just be shocked if he doesn't reclaim that number 1 goalie spot in New Jersey. I would just be shocked. So, but my morning feeling was that, the Sharks are in a nice spot here with the Devils on this road trip. The Devils have looked great on this road trip too. Let's see, how many games I have it here. Where are they on the road trip? They've been on it for a while. They've won the first 3 games of the 6-game road trip, and the Devils just aren't a team that's going to go on a 6-0 trip. I think the Sharks are in a nice spot here, but I do think Schneider could step up, and I'm thankful to. G-Man Hags coming in saying I'm taking the Canucks money line. That is a value play that I can understand. I don't think it's going to work, but I can understand it. Right
now they're at plus 256, and I did notice that Austin guys like the over in the New Jersey game. Why would you not? Well, Gabriel Rodriguez is here. The king is in chat. We'll see what he has to say. Always something interesting. Usually picks. Sometimes those picks not too shabby as well. Jimmy the Bag, why would you not like the over in the Sharks game?
Because of Corey Schneider.
Yeah?
Yes. Max Smart saying, my man Max saying, Jimmy, Vancouver's going to go to Cock Soup City.
Cock Soup City. That is where the Gabriel Rodriguez reigns. Gabriel Rodriguez, according to Maxwell Smart, king of what? King of cock soup, according to Maxwell Smart. Okay, Jimmy the Bag. I don't know, man. I've got a lot of leans that I'm going to be frustrated if they're in my leans column and they're wins tomorrow, and they don't, and I don't make official picks on them. The over in New Jersey, San Jose, definitely a lean. The Winnipeg -1, definitely a lean. Philadelphia -1, definitely a lean. Washington -1 was a lean. I converted that to an official pick. Also leans would be like Edmonton to explode offensively Edmonton -1, which would be a nice plus 300 value line there, and even the Rangers maybe. Although I think the Rangers are probably better just on the money line. But I don't know. I'm going to be really frustrated if I'll be happy because I bet it, but New Jersey game over, lean, Winnipeg -1, lean, Philadelphia -1, lean. What do you have to say about any of this stuff, Jim?
Well, I like Philadelphia -1. I really think that might be a mistake, me not taking it. What would I get on Philadelphia on the puck line?
On the puck line for Philadelphia, let me see. I believe that line has gone up a little bit on the puck line for Philly. Let's see. Would be right now, Pinnacle would be plus 190.
Ooh, that's...
I mean, Detroit can't buy a win, literally. Past 10 games. Have they lost 10 in a row, or did they win one of those?
They've lost 10 in a row.
All right, so,
Kevin K here, back to your Devils spot, says, I'm a Devils fan, and I wish Kincaid was starting.
Mm-hmm.
He was in net when the Devils beat the Predators, beat Pittsburgh, beat Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Austin Guy saying Philly -1 is a great play.
Waisamo says, I hate when I'm on one of Pete's leans and he decides to make that an official pick. Yeah, I hear you, Waisamo. There's just something snake bit about it. It's like if there's some like first period total and I'm like, yeah, I'll just leave it as a lean. That's like a 70% play. If I make it an official pick, that's like a 35% play. I don't know exactly what's going on there. Let's see the starting goalies. Yeah, it seems like wait a minute. Where are the starting goalies? I'm not even
Bravada saying, why is Detroit getting value? And they're a rested team coming off a bad loss. I mean, nothing's gone right for this team. This is the first time they've hit double digits without a victory since 1981-82. They're 0-8-1 in March. This team hasn't gone an entire month without a win since November 1982. They're a healthy squad. They have no excuse for playing the way they are. Paulo Marquez saying, can the Red Wings win a game after so many losses? Udon Porn, Rat in the Factory, leaning Philly under 5.5. I feel like I should take the Flyers on the puck line.
And you're really you have no sense of Comrie for Winnipeg, or you're down on him, or what?
He's a hot a top prospect, and he's been a top prospect for a little bit. I love Hutchinson, and I just Comrie has not looked that good coming up, and this is a huge game for him. He's a skilled. I've raved about the Jets' goaltending depth. I'm shocked that they were able to keep these four.
But you think that LA it's a good momentum spot for LA, and that Winnipeg's going to have a hard time scoring against them because they're big and tough.
Because they're big and tough, yeah. And then Winnipeg's still dealing with injuries. I mean, they still have a ton of guys, and the guys that they have out. If you look, I guess they've got a bunch back now. Wow, they only have Hendricks out there. They got Lowry back. These are the guys that they need because they have the top end talent. What they need are those bangers and those. So they're much healthier than they were.
And Schneider, even though Schneider has been off since he's returned for those 3 games or so, you're still generally high on him.
I'm just he was our goaltender in Vancouver. Now, sure, we got value for him. We got Bo Horvat. We got that 7th overall pick for him. I always thought that Schneider was an elite goaltender, and he's never shown me that he wasn't until this 10-game swoon. And I'm just shocked. I'm completely flabbergasted. I just can't believe that. I cannot believe that Kincaid is taking over the starting spot. I would never have dreamt this was possible.
All right, let's do this. All right, so it's an interesting card. Jim and I have given a ton of picks. When we give a ton of picks like this, it's great if you go 8-1, but really we're just hoping to make a couple more units, grind it out. Let's review all the comments that we possibly can and see what people have to say about what we've given out, and then we'll move on to college. I'm sorry, to the NBA. Let's see. Where are these? Udon Porn Rats in a Fact. He says take Jets and Kings over 5.5. That's interesting. Bill Buttlicker, Jonathan Simmons ruled out. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Comments here. I don't know. Any comments that are coming in that are looking? Why don't you scan comments?
Yes. John Dean says, long-time listener, first-time commenter. Your handicapping is too good to only have 335 watchers. If you can't get your handicapping to sell, you should consider prostitution. Says sex sells. Where is Mimi?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Mimi?
Let me see. Big Tone says, hey, guys, love this show. Thank you very much, Big Tone. Austin Geist, here you go. Philly -1 is a great play. Kevy K says, Philly take the money line. Jim, it's not horrible. Nice. Austin Geist also leaning NJ, New Jersey. Okay. I Kid 2 Groove, 3 exclamation points. Jersey is very solid on defense, plus they got size. You agree with that, Jim?
Well, they didn't have size, and they changed that up. They got Maroon, who's looked excellent. I'm very impressed with how he's looked, and he's a heart and soul guy. I think that was a great pickup. But in saying Maroon's playing great, Taylor Hall has stepped back. Obviously, he was going to after that 26-game point streak, but I believe he only has like 2 goals and an assist in his last 5 games.
So now you see New Jersey as more of a strong defensive team?
No, I still think they have speed and excitement on offense. And even if you look at Will Butcher and their defense, their mobile offensive group.
Austin Geist likes the over in the New Jersey game. Skooma Steve says, I'm not buying New Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear that. I think the one mistake I could be making, and I'm just making sure that maybe do I jump on it, is the Flyers. I mean, Detroit's just playing so bad, but I'm not going to. I do think there will be goals. I don't trust Mrazek. I don't think he's the answer in Philadelphia. So I'm just going to leave it at the over. But, man, if I come here tomorrow and they've won at a puck line, I'm going to be very upset.
Well, no, we'll be happy because we have the over on that one, and I have the first period over, so those are probably going to cash, and I bet it. I'll be happy because I bet it. Wow. Okay. All right. So maybe look, we will come back to the NHL before we end this show, and maybe I'll last minute convert some of these leans to official picks. But already got a bunch of picks. All right. So let's review, just for anyone who's just tuning in, all the official picks that we've given. I have Colorado team total over, Colorado -1, Rangers first period money line, Toronto Tampa Bay under 6.5. Dallas, Washington over 5.5, and I just added Washington -1. Pittsburgh -1. Philly, Detroit first period over and full game over. Edmonton, Carolina over 5.5. Edmonton team total over 2.5, and Ottawa over 2.5 team total. Jim has Philly, Detroit over 5.5. Pittsburgh puck line. Rangers money line. Rangers under 5.5. Vegas puck line. Toronto, Tampa Bay under 6.5. Florida money line. Colorado money line. Edmonton money line, and Tampa Bay puck line. All right, a lot of picks from both of us, Jimmy the Pag.
Yeah, and I'm concerned. We've been on a nice roll. I like the amount of picks I had yesterday, but you go with what you believe in.
Yeah. Yes.
And,
okay, so let's move on. Well, I guess let's quickly move on to NIT, Penn State, Marquette, Mississippi State, Louisville. I did look at both those games. The home teams are getting, some money here. I'm passing on both those. Do you have anything to say about either of those, Jim?
Well, I did take a look at the Marquette-Penn State game. I can understand why Marquette at home, but their bigs have just. I'm not going to put any more money on that Marquette. Their bigs have just disappointed me to no end, and even Penn State, even without their who I thought was extremely important big, they've handled that okay. Even without him, their bigs can beat Marquette. I can understand people going on Marquette, but I'm thankfully staying off that game.
All right, so let's move on to NBA. Some interesting line moves. I think someone's out for Orlando. Who's out for Orlando, Jim? Who's out for Orlando, Jim?
Simmons.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Orlando is now down to 9.5. Jim took them at. Out for Toronto.
DeMar DeRozan.
Right.
And that's why my over is not looking.
But it's also why Jim took Orlando plus 10.5 in the morning. That's down to 9.5. And also Jim took the over at 214.5, and that is now down to 211 or 211.5 or 212. If you want to grab an under and risk getting middled, we could give you the bookmaker line or bet online 212 minus 110, Jim. But obviously that number is crashing.
Native Queen has joined us.
Oh, very nice.
Leading Marquette first half.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I'm not going to bother. If you're ever taking a total, you want DeMar DeRozan in the lineup. But there's still enough offense there. And the key to the over is the Magic, not the Raptors.
Right. Yeah. Listen, we've seen a lot of these, as I've said many, many times, these line moves in the NBA that are caused by but not by like sharp syndicate action, but by just, roster announcements, lineup announcements are often totally wrong. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
They are,
often totally wrong.
Bravada asking, do I still like that Dallas over 219? I'm the opposite. I'm on the under.
Yes, we are on the under, and let's move on to let's see what else has moved. Yes, the Dallas New Orleans game. We did give the under at 219.5 in the morning, and that is now down to 218.5. So about a 1 point move there. Bookmaker down to 217.5. I was thinking about a shot with the under in Clippers, Minnesota. That is right where it opened at 227. It's actually climbing back up a little bit, so that's pretty ominous. That makes me think that the over is probably the play, not the under. Everyone was debating the Atlanta-Utah total. That one had under written all over it. It opened at 209.5. I did bet it at 209 and 208, and now it's down to a 206.5 or 207. So it did take a small move to the under, but it didn't really crash. And the Houston-Portland game, again, is at 218. Detroit-Phoenix is at 217, and that's about that. And as far as the spreads are concerned, let's see. The Houston-Portland game, Portland has covered, 10 in a row? More than that? They've covered at least 10 in a row, ATS, and they're getting big points at home against Houston, so that is tempting to take there. Dallas and New Orleans. New Orleans is down to -7. Who's out for New Orleans?
J-Rue Holiday.
Okay, right. King Rail said he liked New Orleans in the morning show. That was when it was 9, though. Before that news, now it's down to 7. Jim did give Minnesota at -4 as an official pick, and Jim also gave OKC at -4.5 as an official pick, and a few places still have 4.5, but most of the market is now up to 5, so that seems to be the right side as well. Again, in the NBA, I'm taking very carefully right now. I only had one pick, Dallas, New Orleans, under 219.5, and Jim has officially Dallas, New Orleans, under 219.5. Houston, Portland, first half, over 110.5. Minnesota, -4. OKC, -4.5. Orlando, +10.5. And Toronto, Orlando, over 214.5. And as far as my leans, what can I tell you? I was leaning Atlanta, Utah, under. That's in my leans column, under 207, and the first half under 99.5. Clippers, Minnesota, under 227, but now with the recent line movement, I'm thinking that might be the wrong side. And, Orlando early, first quarter +3.5, first half +6 are also in my leans category, Jim.
Interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff on the chat as well. Seriously saying, don't worry, Jim, that the over is going to cash in that Raptors game. And then tons of interesting stuff. Here we have Hako saying, love the Rockets tonight. Kevin Calixto, who I've been messaging back and forth on Twitter, great capper, says, Rockets, Blazers over 7-3. 7-3 in their last 10 in Portland. In their last 5 meetings in Portland, they've scored more than 217. This total is one of the lowest they've had. Marcus Colon saying, Magic covers the number. Interesting stuff. G-Man Hag saying, Raps bench can hit threes. IQ2 Groove saying Raps got a good bench. And then Native Queen came in and said first quarter over, first half over for the Orlando Raptors game, which does give me some comfort. Baby Bet says got Dallas +9. And right below it, IQ2 Groove says Dallas is tanking, disgraceful. I don't think they're tanking. I really don't. I think that's what Cuban wants, but it's not what Big Dick Diggler is going to want. I mean, he wants. He's 40 years old. He's not going to sit there and watch his teammates not try. Melee Payless Way saying Minnesota full game over in the Timberwolves game.
Yeah, that's the way I'm thinking based on the line move. Brovada like in the Jazz game over. Interesting there. And then Christian Riva says Loshak under on Utah. I mean, the under seems like the obvious play, so that makes me a little bit nervous. But sometimes, a lot of times actually, the obvious plays, especially in games like those where you just have a defense-oriented team and the total just should be lower than it's posted, is a don't overthink it situation. Just take it, Jim. And I feel like that might be the case here with the Utah game, right?
Well, Bravada was on the Jazz over, and it stuck in my head today. And a lot of people, I know Twatty thinks this game, he gave a total for this game, and it was way under. And so I'm concerned. Now, the reason why I stayed off of it is just because the Rockets defense is so bad. Or sorry, the Hawks defense is so bad. But my initial thinking in the morning was, man, how do you not take that under? And I'm definitely going to beat myself up on this, not taking it.
Yes, and Jeremy M, Jeremy M says if that Utah game goes over, it would be due to the Jazz hitting 125 plus. And I believe there was a game recently where that was the case, where I was like a similar situation where there was some game where I liked the where I liked the under, but I was just concerned that the home team was just going to put up 120 and that would send the game over. So maybe the Atlanta team total under? I don't know. What about that?
Maybe the Atlanta team total under, because I remember another time I had the under just, I believe, like a week or 10 days ago with the Jazz. They put up 42 points in the first quarter, but then Rubio does what he does and slows the pace down, and it barely went under by like 2 or 3 points. Yep,
Bart Nelson under on the Atlanta team total, 97.5. Jeremy M says that's not going to happen because Atlanta is not going to put up 90 plus. Jeremy M predicts 110 to 88 as a final score.
Wow.
Okay. A lot of people liking the over in the Portland-Houston game. Sportsbook Red says see Portland-Houston getting into upper 220s.
I've got the first half over, and I was thinking, man, maybe this is a spot I should double up, because I remember having a Rockets first half over and full game over, and the first half over missed, and the full game over soared. Soared. They were putting up 70-plus points in the third and fourth quarter.
I Kid 2 Groove 3 exclamation points says take Portland money line. Okay.
Oh, King Rail, hilarious. My Blazers start winning now. Everyone is an expert on Portland. And then he says Rockets money line.
Yep. That's right. Wow. That's right. I am. I'm an expert on Portland, and I'm not an expert on anything related to NBA, except for second halves, though. I do real well on second halves, Jim. You don't know that about me, but I do. All right. Listen.
Hardy Party making first half over in Toronto game as well, which is what Native Queen's doing.
King Rail likes the Rockets money line, and King Rail was one of only 2 people to emphatically like Detroit last night, right?
Yeah.
One of only 2. Very nicely done. Although there were a bunch of other people who were warning us off of it. But only King Rail and one other guy, I can't remember who it was, said take Detroit.
Well, we know Dan Kelly wrote me the monologue. Walter Trotter's on the Orlando plus 10.5 with me. Oh, and Molecular Ninja.
Oh boy, here we go. Molecular Ninja put Jim and I both on the under in the Denver game yesterday. That one lost by a mile and then went into overtime. Lost, put up like 130 points in the first half. Soared over, and then went into overtime. Jim and I were on the under due to Molecular Ninja's admittedly interesting and educated analysis. Let's see what he's got for us today.
Let's see.
Molecular Ninja special, all in caps like that one. Houston over. Portland 13-game win streak. They have put up 100+. Houston second-ranked Skirung team. I see it go over. 3 exclamation points. Bounce back tonight. 2 exclamation points. Let's see tomorrow. All in caps. Okay. A lot of capital letters there. Not quite. See, he's still saying, let's see tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I hear what he's saying. I'm on the first half over, and I don't know. As soon as I was sitting with that, I was like, man, I don't know if that was the best move I could have made, really. Sportsbook Red saying double up, Jimmy. This has OT written all over it. Very interesting. I'm just concerned that if Chris Paul and Lillard get into a one-on-one battle, that will slow the pace down. It won't be quick jump shots. I don't think. Now, I'm not going to double up on it, but I don't think he's off. Native Queens come in saying these are her NBA plays. Toronto, first quarter over, first half over.
Yeah.
Boston, first quarter under, first half under.
Okay.
Now, I want to talk about that game more because another guy I run with, Trevor Holt, really likes the under in that Celtics Thunder game. And I see where he's coming from. I think that makes a lot of sense. What do you think about the total in the Celtics Thunder?
Actually, that one I did not. I'm passing on that one. I don't feel like I have a good read on either of those teams. Here I go. Ricky Packard likes the Celtics Thunder over, and there were some interesting comments on that Houston total. Let's see. Tomrio Tomor expects a playoff atmosphere, so he thinks it might be an underplay there. And Dan Kelly, Fade City at Molecular Ninja, puts the chat on the Houston Portland under. Interesting. And again, Tomrino Tomor says, where is that one? I really think both teams will come out strong defensively in Houston, Portland, playoff game intensity. And look, we have seen Houston get some nice wins recently that were very low scoring.
Yeah.
And Portland's, I'm an expert on Portland, so I know that a lot of their success recently was when they changed up their defensive scheme and really started to play a lot more intensively defensively, right, Jim?
They absolutely. And Brian Lee with a great comment here saying, I am confused why I see a lot of peeps liking Houston Portland over. Both play off teams. I feel will play defense and slow the pace. Season over under totals, Houston 30, 38-1. Portland 29-41. I feel the under today. And then Carlos Parage, another comment where his nuts don't come up, which is interesting because it used to be just all nuts all the time with Carlos, and now not a word of his nuts, and I'm concerned. I guess they smell terrific. That's my only possible explanation.
Yeah, he did drop that line of humor. I mean, it was good. He might make a comeback though, for sure. All right, let's see. Al Mack saying Raptors line has moved all the way down to 211 at some books, and then he says, I'm all over that over. Yes. I can certainly see that one. And actually, you know what? I bet that one. And actually, you know what? I think I might take it. Let me see what these align. Oh, my God. It's now down to 210. Wow. Talk about crashing. Jesus Christ,
the
Jim.
under in Toronto.
Yeah, we read a couple comments, and all of a sudden the line's crashed another point. The first half total, wow, 105.5 at Bookmaker. Just crashing. I just don't know if I agree with that move, Jim.
Yeah,
wow.
I don't. Okay, well, these teams met last time, and that first quarter, I already congratulated myself for the victory. Aaron Gordon's going to be back. How he's going to shoot, you never know when a guy takes a break like that. But I'm not overly concerned at what's happening here.
I'm not either for you, Jim. I'm not either overly concerned for you. And you know what? I'll throw that one on there. Now I'm getting a much better line than you. I apologize for it. But that's why that's why I said, I was like, I bet this one at 214.5, which is bad. But for an official pick, I'm going to wait until the 6 o'clock show. And oh my God, maybe I'll wait a few more seconds because it just went down to 209.5 at Bookmaker, Jimmy. I'm not kidding. You think I would bullshit?
I see the red. Yes. I just don't see the number. Wow.
I bullshit about a lot in life, but I would not bullshit about line movements. It's down to 209.5. I
would wait. Yeah. Well, but you only have 12 minutes before
exactly.
It starts
Maybe I'll wait a couple more minutes. Yeah. Who knows where this line might wind up? Wow. Is someone else out? I don't understand. Crashing. This line is crashing, Jim.
It's crashing.
Wow.
I would wait, but not too long.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any more information coming in.
Jeez.
Fred VanVleet out Tuesday versus Orlando. We know DeMar DeRozan is out. And yeah. Wow. Yep.
Now down to 209.5 at Bookmaker. I'm just gonna give this one a few more seconds to see if I can't grab a 209, and then I think I'm gonna make a play on the over here. In the meantime, the Clippers Minnesota game. What did I say? It's now up to 228, and I said, Jim, if we come back here at 6 o'clock and it's up to 227.5 or 228, that tells me that the over is the play. I'm gonna pull my bet on that one for sure, and I might throw on the over here as well. What do you think about that, Jim?
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, now up to 228. Bookmaker still at 227 minus 121 on the over. The Greek's still at 227.5, but market is clearly moving up right now in the Clippers Minnesota game.
God, I just had a nightmare that I was on the under there. No, I just have the -4. Yeah, the Timberwolves. When I thought Butler was out, I thought, man, these bigs run they're such a tall starting five that they're going to run the floor slower, and it does not matter. Their defense is just weak, and their scoring is up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Let me check that Atlanta team total, which would be which is another lean I was having. Yeah, 97.5. 97.5 minus 107 minus 127 at Pinnacle. So other books will probably be at 97 or 96.5. But yeah, tempting to take that one. Tempting to take the first half under in the Atlanta Utah game as well.
Flip Money coming in. I know it's back to hockey, which will stick on basketball, but Flip Money saying Edmonton on the reverse puck line.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking
about that.
Can
I get a shout out?
Oh yeah.
Flip Money. I'm going to go over all my stats with a fine-tooth comb at the end of the season, but I do think I'm going to change that strategy next year.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm already on the over on that game. I'm already on the Edmonton team total over 2.5, so that would imply, a big win by Edmonton. So I don't know if I want to triple up on that one, but it's certainly tempting. More picks from Dave Queen. Everyone listen. LA Clippers, first quarter under and second quarter over. Wow. See, those are the words of an oracle. First quarter under, second quarter over. I'm not questioning it. Wow.
And my man Trevor Holt coming in saying, I guess I'm staying off the unders on the Celts. Wow. You know what? I do think that for whatever reason, when we're all on the same play, it hasn't been as successful.
Is that true? I haven't been tracking that.
But there's so much incredible. We listen to the insight of the YouTube chat and trust and stuff like that, then you'll find success. Trevor, my only worry was Rozier. He likes to run. He likes pace, and that was my only concern. So Molecular Ninja saying, well, yo, Bag, what's your best NHL puck line tonight? Well, the one I'm most confident in is a Vegas, but the line isn't as good as I'd say like the plus 170 I would get for Tampa.
All right, it just jumped back up to 210 at the bookmaker. So I'll throw that one on there. I'll throw the Orlando game over 210 minus 108. That is the current line at Pinnacle. I will jump on that one. Full game over 210 minus 108. Hope it cashes for you, Jim, because I bet that one. It got a shitty line. 214 is what I got. And all right, do you want to wrap up NBA here? You know, I guess.
Some other man is called Bill Buttlicker, the greatest sports better in the history of mankind.
No, really?
Bill Buttlicker.
Wow, that's quite the hyperbolic statement there. I got to make a decision on this friggin' Atlanta-Utah game here, Jim. All right, I'll take it. I won't overthink it. I'll convert that to an official pick as well. 207 minus 105. That's the current line at Pinnacle. I'll throw that one on there. Utah under 207 minus 105. That's at Pinnacle. And the first half under at 99.5 is also a lean as well. The rest of the NBA card, I'm just going to I'm gonna pass on. Don't have a great feel for these games as of right now, and I would definitely feel that go ahead. Could you say something?
Well, a couple things.
Yeah.
One, Bill Butler is explaining why he is the greatest.
Good.
It's because he went to college in Wilkes-Barre. And then Carlos Brother says, I'm out the car with clean and shaved nuts. So it's just nothing exciting to talk about there. I guess the excitement comes with the stank.
Listen, I'm telling you, in the Loshak in the Bag movie, we have to have a character named Bill Buttlicker.
And we need it to be Bill. We need it to be the real deal. Got to get him out of Guatemala first.
We have to write in a character named Bill Buttlicker, whom we always referred to, but never seen in the movie. Bill Buttlicker. Yeah. And maybe we could have a slogan in the movie when we're trying to figure out what to do, and we say, what would Bill Buttlicker do in this situation? Interesting shit here.
Oh, Dan Kelly say, hey, just remembered, can I get one of those awards for that Detroit play yesterday?
What was it? Yeah, I mean, one of those. Yeah, that's a separate kind of award, because that's not necessarily a genius award. That's a this guy knows how the fucking market works.
Yeah,
award.
This guy. Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's a guy who does not get trapped into sucker plays like that. That's a guy who sees a shitty team as a road favorite and says they're a favorite for a reason, and you should bet on them. So that is kind of that's more like a real fucking sharp guy award. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I did get some inside information that I didn't have a chance to share with Pete, but we have some extremely exciting shit coming on as part of our show coming up over the next few months that I'm so excited about, and it has to do with our awards.
Really?
And, some extremely exciting shit.
Okay.
So yeah, I can't wait to tell you when the show's
Okay,
up.
Thank you very much, Jimmy the Bag, for that teaser there. Yeah, like a genius award is when someone says the market is just way off, and this is like, a big underdog that's going to win outright. The Detroit, that is just it's an obvious trap. Jim and I got trapped into it. People who really are experienced and know how the market works would see that line and say Detroit's a favorite here for a reason. Don't get trapped in. Detroit is a right side. That's more just like
I got trapped.
Yes.
Your play was sound.
Yes, that's right. I liked him early. And the fact that I took the first quarter instead of the first half was just kind of like a coin flip. I could have taken the first half instead of the first quarter. I didn't want to double up on it, so I wasn't going to take both. So you're right. I knew not to take him on the full game. And actually, taking him early was actually probably a decent play, because I did catch the first half. You're right.
It was me. I fell for the first.
Yes, that's right. And here you go. Flipper 13. I had Detroit too. I warned you, motherfuckers. Yeah, that's right. Everyone. Now the Portland's covered 10 games in a row. Everyone's an expert on Portland, and now that Detroit has won, everyone's an expert on the fucking Detroit line last night, right?
Well, Baby Beth says I had Detroit yesterday, but I like Phoenix today.
Oh, okay, good.
It's an interesting play. Bravada saying Phoenix wins tonight. I can't trust it until we find out about Booker. Randy H saying the Bags still like Dallas Stars. I do like the Dallas Stars, but from a value standpoint, Dan thinks it should be the pseudo-intellectual award.
He says, how about a pseudo-intellectual award? Yeah, we should give that. You know what? Fuck it. I'll jump on the bat. I was on Detroit last night. Yep. I bet him. Yep. I was on Detroit too. So I told you guys.
Yeah.
I told you, Jim.
But back to that Stars situation. I like Dallas. I thought I would get a plus 140. And I'm shocked. I guess other people are seeing that this team has too much skill. No, I want them to lose. You guys know I have them plus 500 not to make the playoffs. I have the Kings not to make the playoffs. I have the Canadians not to make the playoffs. I have the Stars not to make the playoffs. It's going to be fucking payday.
Yeah.
Could be a juicy payday come last day of the season. But yes, I do. Baby Beth saying Booker is playing. Okay, well then I'm happy I don't have Detroit. And Bravada saying Detroit will show their true colors. But with the line the way it is, I would think that Washington has value now. I'm thankful not being on that.
Okay. All right, so you know what? I made a decision, Jim. I'm going to do it. What the hell? I'm going to throw on 3 leans in NHL. I'm going to throw on Philly, Detroit, Philly -1. I'm going to throw on Winnipeg -1. You think that's a big mistake, right?
No, I don't think it's a big mistake at all. No, they're a good hockey team.
Yeah.
It's just, and you're getting an old veteran team on the second half of back-to-back.
I'm going to throw on Philly -1. I'm going to throw on Winnipeg -1, and I'm going to throw on New Jersey, San Jose over. You think that's a big mistake, Jim, or an okay or defensible thing to do?
I have to believe. No, it's not. Now maybe it's my heart getting in the way, but I can't fathom that Schneider's just who is not too old. It should be in his prime. I can't fathom that he's just going to let Keith Kincaid come in here and take his job. I expect him to play great tonight.
Okay.
Not great enough for me to take it, but I think he's going to play great tonight.
Really? Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it anyway. I'm going to take New Jersey, San Jose over. I'm going to take Winnipeg -1, and I'm going to take Philly -1. Those are all leans that I'm converting to official picks in the NHL. I already converted Washington -1 as on a lean to an official pick, and in the NBA, I added Orlando over 210 and Utah under 207 -105. And Jim has added nothing from his morning picks, right, Jim?
I have not added anything, have I? No, which is strange because I've done well adding plays. But Dean Stevenson, I know that you've answered this a few times, but not recently. Dean Stevenson, just wondering if you don't mind if you could do his quick spot with what does the -1 mean?
Oh, it just means that you bet the same amount to win on the favorite line as you bet to risk on the underdog line, and that way you made your own -1 line there. Which if they win by exactly 1, you get a push. If they win by more than 1, you get a win, and if they lose the game, you lose. And the reason I do that is because you can buy a -1 line at most books, but they charge you for it, and it takes 1.5 more seconds to just make your own line, maybe even less, and you can do it very easily. You pay less juice for it, and it's something that I like to do because I in general I just find that I do a lot better when I'm bringing lines as close to even money as I can. I don't like to deal with big money lines or big favorites, big favorites or big underdog money lines. Usually, sometimes I do, but more likely than most of the time, I like to bring things closer to even money. So I just take -1 lines a lot, and I make them myself. And that's what you do. You bet the same amount to win on the favorite line as you bet to risk on the underdog line, and you have an automatic -1 line there.
Yeah, well put, and it's a very interesting way of handling things. And Chris McCarthy saying, "Does Heritage? I don't have Heritage as a book.
Does Heritage have -1? I think that they do, but I don't even. I use. I make my own. I don't use.
I agree. Yeah, just make your own, Chris. Yeah, it makes more sense that way. So, I mean, G-Man Hags coming in saying bad over in San Jose game. I think you need to trust your leans, and I support you even when we're on the other side, even though we're not on the other side. I'm not taking the under.
Yeah.
And then Native Queen saying, back to basketball, hockey, but this basketball, even with the Pistons winning and covering last night, you still can't trust them. Yeah, and she's on the Suns first quarter, first half.
Oh, I think that's a great play. I just didn't look into that game as much as I wanted to. All right, that's about it. We'll wrap up the show now. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and we'll be back 12 o'clock Eastern time for the Wednesday show.